Well, like, I know about, like, stuff that happens in the city. Like, last year they were talking about how they were going to do the elections and the new school board members. My teachers, they just kept talking about who they liked, and I was like, okay. I don't really know that much, but it's like they just talked about the area.
I know very little about local politics.
Not much, to be honest.
I don't really know much. I don't really focus on it a lot. I mean, it's something that I think I should know more about because it affects like everyone around us.
I think it's because we have a lot on our plate as it is. Like, we just have a lot of issues of our own.
I just don't like really have the time. I would work, I go to school, and then like I play basketball. So that's really where like most of my time goes. But it's something that I feel like I should like know more about.
I think it is important because, like, it's better for them to know what's happening, so, like, they're not just left in the dark and actually know what's going to change or what's going to happen.
You're never gonna like grab their attention in the schools, like especially in high school, if you're not teaching them actually things that they want to learn about. So there's probably someone in that class that wants to be like a community leader, but like there's no one helping them to achieve that goal.
I would go out and vote, and one thing I noticed is that there's just not a lot of people who care. I mean, with bills and taking care of kids, or maybe there's like something going on between a married couple or a family, maybe a family member's sick. It's just life. And people aren't making enough money to like take care of those issues. And so when another problem comes up, they're like, oh, well, that person's in charge. They're qualified to take care of it, right? They assume that they can take care of it. But, you know, not one person can take care of it all, and they need like the community. But we're too focused on our own thing. I mean, it definitely makes sense. So, I mean, even if they did give us the option to, like, oh, vote on whether if this is okay or if it's not, I feel like there'd be just a lot of neglect from a lot of people. And, I mean, only very few people would kind of just pay attention to those type of things. And then only if it got really bad would people actually start to notice. Man, that's a tough one. Because I do agree that it should be like a pay-as-we-go, and we shouldn't be taking loans because we're already in like trillions of debt as it is. But at the same time, as far as paying as you go, I have the feeling that a lot of projects would just go unfinished. The reason why we take out loans is because we don't plan ahead. It's because we're just like, oh, we have the money now, we'll pay it off now, and then we'll figure it out later. But if we definitely, I mean, I do agree that we should do the pay-as-we-go. We would just need to have like a full plan. I mean, that makes sense. Yeah, I can agree with that. I'd like to say that people would take the job more seriously if it pays more, and if, of course, it talks about making decisions for a community. I'd like to think that people would take a job like that seriously and think about the other people. Yeah, no, that makes sense. That's usually how that works, right? Or, I mean,
we would like to say that.
Oh, well, I guess not then. I don't know. Like I said, I don't know that much about politics. You know what? I couldn't tell you. I don't know. I don't know that many people around here.
That's tough. I do know a couple great people, but I don't know if they would want to do that. So usually you'd probably have to find someone who the community knows and respects.
That's a good question. I mean, I don't know. I mean, like, I feel like most athletes are kind of good leaders because, like, in the middle of a game, there's always something going on, so you just have to be able to take control. I feel like teachers are good leaders because they're connected to students, so that, well, if they actually care about the students, and they should know the problems that we're going through and facing.
Some of the greatest people I've met have been like my high school coach, football coach, maybe like a church leader or someone who's very involved in the community, volunteers a lot.
All the kids around here go to school, so like instead of putting it more on the news for kids to see, they should probably teach it a little bit at school, like show more videos, because that's where we basically hear everything.
I think YouTube's like a good start because, well, it's a lot of people on there, so a lot of people will see the video if it gets like suggested and stuff. Social media is always one way because everyone's on there.
Maybe if the supervisors could reach out to the community more, they could use social media means to communicate with people and ask these questions and maybe be more involved.
More supplies and stuff, and like to keep the schools nicer. Next year I'm gonna be going to a high school down there. I really don't like that school. It's so ugly. It's like dirty and old. So like probably to improve the schools and like make them look better, I guess.
I mean, you see a lot of homeless people. I noticed like there's a big homeless population here in the county.
At Palmetto Elementary they have food drives, but it's kind of a far walk for the homeless people, so I really probably just open another one.
One thing I would offer is just like positions for the homeless, like maybe a place for them to stay, maybe jobs that they can take.
We're trying to make things more affordable and like making it easier for people to get jobs so that they can afford certain things. I know LeBron does a lot, and he has like his school and stuff, so I think that's pretty cool. Derrick Rose, he also has like a school that, I mean, it didn't get really much attention at all. He's been having it for years, so I think he's like actually does a lot for the community.
If you were in that position today, right now, what would you do? What would be your first thing that you would do?
For me, it would probably be like opening like more gyms and stuff for kids to have like a safe area to play in, and I think that would be the thing for me.